Welcome back, everybody. We're still working on this Toyota Corolla. It's 2003 with the 1.8, and that window doesn't roll down. So I think it's the window regulator. So we're going to pull this panel off and get to it. So on these, we're going to pop that off. We're going to pop that off. And if you have one of these cat claws, you just come back there. And that thing pops right off. There's one clip and it slides in from the bottom. This guy, we don't need to take that off. Cool. Alright, so we have a little screw back behind there. Grab your little flathead, get it right in there. And you're supposed to have a screw there. We don't. So we're going to pop this off. I was wrong. We did need to pop this off. That clip right there was holding it. So you have those clips. And then we have a couple of Phillips right there. So I'm going to pull those and be right back. So this one, pop up right there. And that slides in right there. So now we're going to pull these off. Pinch and pull up. And this is the same way. Pinch and pull, but I need two hands. Now you can take those two Phillips out. Okay, once you get those two out, grab the bottom right corner and just pull, and you'll undo some clips, and then pick it up and lift it off. It does sit into that with the felt strip right there. So, and now we have this glorious setup. Ignore that. That's for the radio. Well, this ghetto speakers that somebody put in. Okay, so that is what a window regulator looks like. And if I had to guess, it's going to come out of that right there. So, next step is all the nice, lovely plastic. It is technically glued on there, but you just kind of pull it off. And that guy just kind of slides off. It slides into the door right there. That black stuff is sticky, so go ahead and pull that off. Alright, right like that. Because all those 10 mils, we need access to those. So I'm going to go ahead and start bolting those. So right here you can kind of see where all we have bolts. So we have those 4 bolts, those 2 bolts, and then the window bolts to the bottom one. Cool. So the problem with doing this when the window regulator is bad, you can't get the window to roll down. Luckily, we can still roll it down. I'm not sure what exactly is bad in our window regulator, so let's go ahead and find out. So, my kid's regulator isn't actually bad. So that's supposed to be connected to the window. It obviously is not. And the other one isn't connected either. So my regulator's fine. Well, my kid's regulator is fine. But just got crappy. Alright, so it's not the end of the world. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this panel off like we're initially going to. So you got those 3 Phillips screws. And if you're lucky like me, you'll find that in the bottom of the door that's supposed to hold the other side of the window. So we're going to pull that guy. And that's just a 10 mil. So the reason we pulled that is because there's some glue down there that we're going to clean out. And we're going to go grab some 2-part epoxy or 2-part urethane or something and put it in here so we can glue this bad boy back on. Now make sure and remember which way this went on. As you can see, it's different. The flatter side goes against that bracket. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the window down and get that other side lined up. And each one of these holes in the door is actually useful, so depending on which one lines up with it is what you'll use to get that bolt back in. And it looks like it's going to be that one. You can see it right there. Alright, right like that. And that's where the other one sits. So now we're going to go grab some epoxy, clean this out, and glue it back on. Alright, so got some 2-part epoxy, works on glass and plastic, so this is kind of my go-to stuff that I use. It's a Loctite epoxy, quick set stuff. So it sets in 5 minutes. So you don't have a whole lot of time. So let's get to it. Alright, so in your handle you have this little cap. Just break it out of there. See? And then I like to use the package. I like to use the package that it came in. Shoot equal parts in there. And put your cap on, and you're going to grab your flathead and mix that together. Okay, that's what it'll look like once you're mixed. Now remember, you only have 5 minutes before this sets up. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your flathead screwdriver or a popsicle stick, and you're going to fill this in on each side. You're going to put glue in there. Remember, the flatter side goes towards the outside of the door. Okay, so go ahead and fill that up, and we'll be right back. Okay, and so you got some glue in there, and now you're gonna try to get it back up in there. So now at this point, you see it's not all the way down. You're gonna have to push that window down a little bit. So it's nice, you can see where the window used to be. And now you can put that bolt in, and we'll roll the window up to hold it. Okay. Once you do that, let it sit for a while. By the time you put the door back together, that should be all set. And you should be good to go. I like to leave it for a day. It fully cures in 24 hours. So at this point, we're going to undo this guy again. And you can put this plastic back if you want. It's not required, but I'm going to. We'll also put our little panel back. So grab your panel and your 3 Phillips screws. And throw that back on. Okay, check to make sure you have all these clips pulled out. Now that one's actually broke off the door. So I guess I won't worry about that one. So get your thing back on, your door handles back in. Don't forget your 2 harnesses. And we can set the door panel back on. Okay, so to do your door panel, just grab it, angle it up top so it can set on there. And you can see that's lined up. You just have to make sure that your harnesses are up there. Set that back, and then you're gonna just make sure everything's lined up and just tap it around and it'll set into place. So now we'll go grab these 2 screws and you'll screw these in. Grab this and we'll snap those in, and then this you just slide in there like that, and then that clip and that clip push down. That goes on there. And then this. Snaps on there like that. Alright, so there we go. And now in 24 hours you can do it. So, like, subscribe, share us. Deuces.